YouTubers, are you diddling? Alright, I hope. What a glorious day. Well, no doubt you've already seen the thumbnail, so let's turn round and have a look at it. There you go. Now it's took me quite a while to actually get around to test riding one of these. Some things always stop me. But today, the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. And I'm not going to give you any stats, because they're all out there. I want my first riding impressions, test ride, and what I think. And I tell you what, 82 miles on the clock, this test bike. 82 miles, and it's now got 84.1. So in the 2 miles I've just bought it, just a minute. In the 2 miles that I've just rode it to get here, I'm like, wow. All I got told was, don't blip it on the way down. The gears, it don't like that for some reason. Other than that, go and enjoy. Being told I can't take it above 4,000 RPM to start with, which I can understand on a brand new bike. This is Euro 5, so, and it's fitted with the Lextech end cans. So let's have a listen to her. Oh. Don't sound so bad, does it? I quite like this with the engine bars. Engine bars are very, very subtle. Very nice. I've only got a short time on it, so we'll turn her off. We'll put it on the centre stand. Just there. Where are we? There. And we'll get the phone out. Right. Awkward thing here really is my shadow going to be in the way. Paintwork's glorious. Beautiful. What an absolutely beautiful, lovely balanced bike. Really is nice. So anyway, this is an official test ride from LMT Motorcycles. When I say an official one, I mean I've actually gone and told them I want to test ride with the intent of buying. I love the style of this sort of 70s, I would say, late 60s, early 70s retro style bike, and they've put this lovely, so we're in 6th gear here, 30 mile an hour. Lovely engine they've put in this. Bear in mind this is not running or anything like that. Being a little bit careful because I've never been down this road before, so I've no idea where it goes. I'm loving the sound of that Lextech exhaust, very nice. There's a few different aftermarket parts you can get for these, but we won't go into that because, like we say, no idea. Now I've been told that the bike doesn't like to be blipped. On the way down the gears, which is something I'm sort of used to because the Cruiser does like being blipped. But this is the sort of riding I wanted to check it out on a nice country road, and also on a fast flowing open road. But of course, because it's only done 82 miles at Pickle, and I've already seen from the rest of everything else, everybody else's videos, that they've already said how nice the gearbox is, and I have to agree. Very, very nice. The bike's very well balanced. Now, one chap I watch is Stuart Fillingham, and he's got the Interceptor and the GT and the Bullet. He's also got a Triumph Bobber Black and a T120. Unlike me, he's been riding for quite some time, and he was sort of saying how impressed he was. Now, various different people have said various different things about these. I've yet really to find a bad thing, and I think if anybody's going to be saying anything bad about them, it's more than likely going to be somebody who's I think it's more than likely going to be somebody who's like normally riding a sports bike or something like that. But for a 650 parallel twin, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's very nice. It's nice to have 6 gears. Oh, I did it again, you see, you blipped it. Stop blipping. Very nice. Chap out on his mobility scooter, he seems to be out a long way out, doesn't he? It's very impressive. I've had a few people say that the Continental GT's seat is more comfortable than the Interceptor. No comparison. I've never sat on the GT. Oh, I have sat on the GT seat. Well, it certainly pulls well up to 4,000 RPM. I've got a black and grey one in sort of a satin or a matte black. in the showroom. Very nice actually. The problem is with these at the moment is people struggling to get them. One thing I've noticed, these mirrors, there's not an ounce of vibration out of them. Now that surprises me. Really does. Brakes are amazing, as I suppose you would expect them to be. They have to pass all sorts these days, don't they? They do. Very nice. Yeah, so as far as the actual ride is concerned, the test ride is for me. I've been hankering after a test ride on one for ages. Various different things have stopped me. Mostly a certain virus we won't talk about. But also them being out of stock. Rules and regulations, leave it alone. Yeah. Poor bugger, what's left of it. This is only problem riding roads you've never been down, is you don't quite know whether the turning you're coming up to is going to be a U-turn, bloody U-turn, dickhead. You've no idea what the turning road's going to be, whether it's going to be, you know, a give way or a main road or anything. The brakes are actually very, very good. Not just a little bit. They're very good. Front brake, back brake, good enough. Yeah. So at the moment it might seem like I'm riding strange, bearing in mind I'm only allowed 4,000 RPM when I remember. Trying not to blip, but also I'm trying to work out in my own head. You've got to bear in mind I'm considering one of these. The gearbox is amazing. Have I said that? Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so currently I've no idea where this is going to be bringing me out. In Louth apparently, which I know I'd just come out of Louth, but oh, I know. Yeah, there's the old factory. You know. Yeah, so quite impressed so far. I mean, the bloody thing's beautiful. What else do we expect, you know? I've had a good look round it, and I'm very impressed with everything. I'd been told about the build quality and everything like that, and the fact that all the welds are really, really good now. And I would say, looking at the frame, it's on par with any Japanese bike. But it's a beautiful sound. It really is a beautiful sound. Do I turn that way? I don't think so. Engine braking's average, not bad. Suspension's nice. It's not too firm and not too soft. I would imagine with the way it dives on the brakes, right, just the front brake, I would imagine that it's quite on a what do you call it, like if you was to be, yeah, should have planned a route out really. Yeah, if you was to, let's say, having a spirited ride, I think you'd probably need to stiffen the front end up a touch, to which you can only do in advance by putting different springs in, or maybe this would really help if I knew where I was, wouldn't it? We'll go this way. Yeah, so the actual bike itself, oh, I know where I am. The actual bike itself I am so impressed with. I really am. The ride, infallible. This jet steer, I'm not quite sure whether the seat would be majorly comfortable long time. I'm certainly not uncomfortable. Oh, what's not like? Not to like. I tell you what, I think if I was to get one of these, I would certainly be wanting the a set of them leg stacks. They're very nice. I think the only thing missing is that there's no popping. You get a nice roar, but there's no actual popping and crackling really on the. Oh, I lied. I just heard one. I'm going to say on the overrun. Oh, that was me, I do believe. But yes. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the screen does anything because I've not ridden with it. I've heard people complain about these pegs. And, well, they're there. But they're, I suppose the difference is, it's like normally you've got 1 foot down and 1 foot up. So, why is it in your way then? And if you're moving it backwards or something like that, I suppose it could prove different. See here, first time I've seen this petrol type of fuel, E5, E10. So I suppose in this day and age, that's something worth mentioning. And I've never noticed that. I do believe that a bike should be ridden the way you want to ride it. You shouldn't feel like you can only ride it a certain way, you know what I mean? So if you want to ride it slow, then ride it slow, but if you want to ride it spiritedly, then you should be able to. One thing, just in this time, short time on it alone, one thing I've noticed so far is this does feel like it could be a lot of fun. So it could be a fun bike, or it could be just a plodder. Yeah, very, very impressed. Well done, Royal Enfield. I say, well done, sirs. Well done. Jolly good show. A bit annoying I'm not allowed to take it over 4,000 RPM. But yeah, this is so far a cracking machine. I've not even noticed if there's such thing as a gear selector or anything like that. I don't think there is. See, I don't like a lot of them things. As far as I'm concerned, it should be you and the bike, not a load of bloody electronics. Go on, if you go in there, go there. There you go, so no vibration whatsoever out of them mirrors. I'm amazed. I don't think actually if this was my bike, I mean, yes, you'd be taking it over 4,000 RPM, but I think most of the time you would spend your time around about that. Point is, it feels capable, you know. I mean, you've got to bear in mind I rode up here on the Royal Enfield 500 Bullet EFi, which is the C5, and you know that'll do 80-85. Back brake on its own really pulls you up. Front brake's amazing. And I can hear the popping and crackling on the overrun coming down the hill there now. We can never account for traffic, can we? Yeah, it's got the usual things, headlights permanently on. Very nice. Oh, you don't have a left-hand indicator? Okay. Yeah, so 4,000 RPM is about 62 mile an hour. Really, really handles fine, absolutely nice, really nice. So I suppose I'd say I would have liked a lot longer on a test ride. It's normally, normally you're having a test ride on something, you want to be able to test ride it, you know. So I think Royal Enfield, and it's not LMT, it's Royal Enfield's rules and regulations, but a half an hour test ride is not very good. But everybody appears to be struggling to get hold of these at the moment. They really are. I love this orange crush colour. The strange thing is, now then, the three colours I liked were the orange crush, the black and the chrome. And I've just been told that they don't do the black anymore, and also they don't do the silver. So quite surprising that when you consider, let's face it, it's a retro bike. But surely a retro bike should be available in retro colours, especially if you're going to keep chrome. You'd have thought the one The one that would have knocked on the head would have been the chrome, but... Is it up here? Yeah, you'd have thought the one that knocked on the head were chrome. But it turns out it wasn't chrome that knocked on the head. They kept that. Black and silver. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed. Very impressed. I mean, I'll say one thing, the longer I've been on it, the more comfortable I feel. I'm just wondering if this little screen is doing any good, because I remember when I tested the Himalayan, the sound quality, to me, in my ears, everything felt fine. But when I got back, the sound quality on the microphone was awful. But there was one piece where it wasn't. And the one piece where it wasn't was where I stood up on the pegs, got the full wind in the face, and tried it like that. And I'm quite surprised to say that when I did that, it was no noise, no buffeting noise or buffering noise. So yeah, as far as aftermarket parts, from what I can see, this has got the engine bars on it. I think the screen is aftermarket, definitely the pipes. Very impressed, very nice. I honestly thought, because of these mirrors being as they are, I expected them to be very vibey. I mean, I do prefer mirrors not to be stuck right up there like that, but they don't look out of place for the bike. And it's really nice. I mean, the other thing is as well, some of these have got a lovely big chrome badge on the side. Some of them have got stickers. And you would have thought it was more expensive to put a chrome badge on the side compared to a sticker. So what's more expensive? I've not actually any idea. But it turns out they're both the same price to buy. So it doesn't really matter. Grips are very comfortable as well. You've got to be careful here, because I could just be going on forever. I've no idea sort of which direction I'm going. Well, I know which direction I'm going. Stop blipping the pedal. There we go. Turn around. Nothing coming in the mirror. Have a minute. Look at the view. Wow. Can I just say, it's such a shame that you can't see that. Because that bugger is bloody glorious. That is worthy of a photo. No, they know them. There you go. Lovely. Right, while we're here, let's go on to maps and search for LMTs. Here we go. Let's try Ormsby. Terrible test ride. It's good for me. Terrible for information for you. There we go, Tony. Or should I say, there we go, Skeggy. You get your arse down a gravel drive, that should help you. Almost see the gravel piled up in the middle of the road. Suspension is very comfortable. Oh, pigeon. So, to sum up, very nice ride, very comfortable. Very pretty. See, I love this colour. This is now then, work this one out in your head, eh? I love this colour. Wow. I think this is the same road I went on when I did the MLA in, but the other direction. Yeah, so I love the colour, but then I look at it, I just think to myself, but is it me? And then you think, well, if you like the colour, then why shouldn't it be you? Why would you give a shit about anybody else? What they think? Surely if they've got a problem with what your preferences are, that's just it. They've got the problem. But yeah, in my head, I love the colour. And I think, it's very nice. But is it a bit girly? I don't know. I mean, it's orange. Probably because they called it Orange Crush. Don't know. We're in 6th gear there, doing about 30 mile an hour down country lane, just pootling along. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. Time I wasn't here. I'm assuming I turned right here. There we go. Well, that didn't bring me out where I thought it was going to do. I thought that was going to be a main road. Wow, yes, very nice. Funny thing is, you know, on the videos I've watched, the other people's videos I've watched, and there are many out there, as you all know. But the Royal Enfield Interceptor, the indicators, I was like, they're a bit of a funny shape. You know, do I like them? Well, from the front, I think they're a little long. and from the side I think they look a little bit weird, but from here they look quite nice. And let's face it, if you're buying the bike, you're buying it for you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be in this position. So yeah, and what's behind you can't see anyway. The bike itself doesn't feel big, but it doesn't feel small. So I'm not quite sure what's on that comparison. Just exactly what I look like sat on it. Okay. But anyway, we should try and put together a nice little video. We'll look for a sign first. Oh, this is good, isn't it? It tells you Louth this way, but it don't tell you what's what. I've no idea where I am. Great. Or we ought to be church. So I must be in Louth, but which bloody part of Louth? Look for the church. Speed camera, 40 mile an hour. Look. There we go. If Yarborough's that way, Louth's this way. I didn't think all this were Louth. No, Fotherby. So Louth's definitely this way. It's a bit strange, there's no sign saying which way it was. Yeah, so anyway, we've got main beam in the right place where it's expected to be. We've got flash, we've got horn, indicators. Got no traffic around me, by the way, obviously. Then we've got your start and your electric cut-off. Yeah, so you want to see if this is doing any difference. There's me 60 miles an hour and 60 miles an hour. Normally these little bikini fairing things, they do give you that little bit of a kick up in the face. Of the wind. Oh, this is hard, not going over 4,000 RPM. I suppose it is and it isn't. I'm doing the speed limit, you know. In fact, the more I think about it, the more you realise that in reality you spend most of your time at about 4,000 RPM. Ooh, you bugger. You had to pull out on me, didn't you? On a corner. Don't you love it when people pull out on you and then don't do the speed limit? Dick. Anyway, I'm going to return it. So long as I can find the right way. I think I swallowed a fly. Sorry the videos have been a bit spartan. We're hoping to get back to normal as soon as possible. It's not like there's been a lot to do. I mean, I've recorded shitloads. But when you've got nothing to talk about, nothing to say, what do you do? Very, very nice. Stay. Industrial estate, never trust anybody. Because if they've bought something or they're looking for something, even if it's a professional driver, sometimes they're just like birds in the head because they're thinking about the next drop. Oh. And there she is. Wow, very nice.